Hey guys, it's Chris Bait with Cheat the Game coming back at you, and today we're just going to continue where we left off last time. Last time we were just looking to see what we could find in the game Moonlighter. Well, today I kind of noticed something I had missed, and this little feature up here. This is a mono game, in which we can use the mono features built in Cheat Engine to get more information. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can grab pointers finding instances of class. We're also going to use DNSPY to help us locate things a little bit easier. So this is a combination of past lessons I will have linked up here for you. And today we're just going to continue on to where it finds our health address every single time, and also our gold. When you try to find these manually, you'll notice that they're all going through one opcode. So knowing that this is a mono type game, we're going to use mono to help us, and we're going to find a hero base and just find all the little goodies we can inside it. So let me go ahead and bring everything up, and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so first off, what we're going to do is come over here to our Moonlighter game, and we're going to open the file location. And I've already done this, but I just want to show you how to get to it. Is go to the file location, then you'll go to the data file, and then you want to come up here to managed. Double click on that, and this assembly C#, I've already done it. What you want to do is just copy it, click off of it, and then you want to paste it. That way you've got just a copy of it. You know, I always recommend that when using DNSPY. We're not actually going to be changing anything in the assembly C#. We're just going to be looking up information, but I always recommend doing that, especially when you start using DNSPY or anything like that, just to be on the safe side. So let's go ahead and bring up DNSPY. And if you do not have DNSPY, I'll have a link for you in the description. So what we're going to do is come over here, or you can go to File, or you can go to Open, doesn't matter. And we want to navigate to that Moonlighter folder. As you see, I'm already there. So just navigate to it and click on the Assembly C# DLL. Let it load up. And then you can just start with this little search. If you do not have this little search bar, you can click this little magnifying glass up here to bring it down. And you just want to try different things. First thing I do is I put in like things like for health or anything of that nature, and you can find all kind of things. Enemy health bar, you can see. Let's see, player damage trigger. I mean, just all kind of things. And basically, you just want to look around and see what you can see. But when I look around mostly, I found hero merchant stats, and this is where you're going to find the majority of your player stats right here. You can let me see here. As you can see, your current health is in here, your defense, your full health, your gold, intelligence, all kind of stuff. But knowing that information, everything that you see that's in purple right here, we can use to find what those addresses are using instances of class in Cheat Engine. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do that, basically we're going to find just like a hero base for this hero merchant stats, and then we're just going to get what we want out of it and just go try it out in the game and see if it does anything. Also, you have other things you can try, and different things will lead you to these same type values and other things that you may not even thought about. Excuse me. And you can see, you can just go around and play around with different things in there. But basically I just use DNSPY to and you can see here, set invincible. Looks like we inadvertently set that when we froze our health value. And you can see here that it is triggered off of current health somehow, but hey, it looks like a little ghost mode or something like that. That could also be used for an infinite health. But let's get over to Cheat Engine, and this is the information we need. Hero merchant stats. So we don't really need DNSPY anymore. So what we want to do is make sure that the game is attached to Moonlighter. I went ahead and turned the music off because it was just getting annoying trying to talk over it. and we attach it. And what we want to do is, if it is a mono based game, this tab will appear. If it does not use mono, you will not see this tab. So don't think that you can do this for every game. You cannot. And the first thing you want to do is activate mono features, and then we're going to dissect mono. Now come all the way down here until you see assembly C#. Remember, that's where we found it. And we just want to open that little arrow up. And then remember what it was called. If you forget, just go back to it. Hero Merchant Stats. That's the one we want to go to. So we're going to scroll on down a little bit. And let's see here. Where was it? Hero Inventory, Hero Merchant. That's also maybe a good one. Hero Merchant itself. It probably has a lot of things in there that you could possibly use. Look at this. Is God mode enabled? Things like that. But for right now, let's just go to Stats. Hero Merchant Inventory, Hero Merchant Stats. So let's pick that one. And here's everything that we can possibly get out of our find instance as a class. So what you want to do is right click on the main base address, find instance as a class, let it do its thing. And this is where trial and error comes in at. You just have to look and see which one possibly could be it, and the second one is definitely it. You can just tell. And what we want to do is double click on it. And what that will do is down here in the memory dump, it will take us roughly to that part location. But if not, copy selection to clipboard and just click down here and Control G, which is to go to address, and then Control V to paste it, and then do it that way, and it'll take you right to it. And you can also do the same thing, but these are the values that you can see in the memory dump itself, whether it be float values or regular values or whatever. But we also want to use that same address with our dissect data. We're going to go to dissect data, click on define new structure. Let's make sure that we paste our address into there. It did carry over, and you'll see here structure name Hero Merchant Stats. Click OK, and here's everything we just looked at, and you can dig in a little further. You can see that we can go in and find our addresses. The only thing about it, and it was good that we did it manually the first time, because if you remember when we went to our health, our current health, that value, we found it ended in the number 4, which is 4 bytes away from the base address, and this is the address that are basically appeared with the opcode, and we had to add +4 to it, so we would have never known that. It's some kind of obfuscation going on in this game, and you'll notice that in a little bit when we go digging around in the memory view. But for right now, what we want to do is, you see this is our current health value. We want to go ahead and add that to the memory address list. And also you see here's our gold. Here's our normal value. We want to add that to the address list. Just like so. And what we want to do is we want to go ahead and add 4 to both of those. So instead of the offset 10, we're going to put 14. For both of these right here. Then we can just set those to float values. And if you take a look, these are our health values. It's kind of obfuscated, so full health will be like 101, and you can see in my game I only have 3 coins. You see that? So once I sell something, I can go up in value. So let's say I want to have over 5,000. I'll just put in float 5,000 for this. We can go over to back to the game. Let's just see if we can sell something. Let's go open our shop. There we go. Alright, so we're going to sell the first thing, and take a look how much gold we get now that we set our gold value. You see that? So we did definitely find what we were looking for, but however, we want to be able to access these two addresses all the time. And the best way to do that is go to like a base address of that and see if we can find anything. So I'm sorry, let's add that to the current cheat table. What I do is I start off at the base source and find out what accesses, and I see if anything's constantly accessing. Let me close this down, it's just in my way. And you'll see that nothing actually is, so we have to try a different way. And we know if we put it on gold or our health that nothing is constantly accessing. So you remember what we found just a bit ago? Let me pause this. Alright, remember what we just found a bit ago? Let's go back to that mono. Where'd it go? Hope I didn't close it down. There it is. Okay. And we saw Hero Merchant up above here, which is directly related. Well, let's click on that instead. And let's find instances of class. Oops, I'm sorry. Let's return it back on. Sometimes that happens when you use a debugger, so be careful with that. Alright. Let's just redo that. Now you see why I like using DNSPY a little bit better for this. You get some glitches here and there in this. Alright, let's see if we can do it now. Alright, so back to Hero Merchant, and we just want to go to regular Hero Merchant. Open that up. Let's find the fields. And we can possibly get to all these other values the same way. And there it goes. And take a look, only one address pops up. So what we want to do is we want to see if we can get to health and all that stuff via this one as well. Because as you can see, these addresses are very much related to each other. Starting out with the same thing. So basically just the last four are only different. So this could really help us. So we're going to do the same thing, copy selection to clipboard, and we're just going to take this one out and copy in a new one and define a new structure. And now we got more information in here. And as you see, we got other flags and stuff. Now I've tried this God mode enabled and flicked it to 1, but it really didn't do nothing. However, this flying, when flicked to 1, you can walk over the chasms, but we can do that anyway just by freezing our current health. So let's keep that in mind. So if you take a look here, here's Hero Merchant Stats, the one we were just in. It's just going through a pointer to it now. So that's what we were just in. So let's go to it. And what I want to do is let's place this, add that to the address list, and let's see if we can get a base source out of it. This right here, because all we need is a base address. And we just need something always accessing it. So let's take a look. Alright, you see all this? This is what we're looking for. And one more thing we're looking for. I think it drove on me. Alright. Is we only want that one address going through it. We do not want a shared opcode. If it is shared, then we're going to have to compare out. So let's go to it. Let me save what I got so far in case I make a mistake so I can edit it out later, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what we're going to do is go over to it in memory, and we need to make sure it's not a shared opcode. So let's find out what addresses accesses this instruction. Go back in the game, and you see it's only our base address for that hero inventory stats, which is good. That's all we needed to know. We can use that as a base source to grab all these different addresses that we want, you know. And we can go through here. I'm not going to do all I'm going to do right now is current health, and I'm going to do gold. Okay, so that's all I'm really going to do right now. So after using debugger, make sure to always go back and click this back on, because the debugger will turn it back off. And let's go ahead, and I'm not going to use mono lookup method. I'm going to use AOB instead. I've already tried using the AOB scan, and it does fine, the AOB injection. And we're just going to call that hero base. Okay. And we're just going to do a regular injection copy. So I'm going to allocate new memory, and we're just going to call that memory hero. And we're going to reserve 8 bytes because these addresses are longer than 4 bytes. And we are going to register that as a symbol because we will be using it on our cheat table. It's a hero. Let's come down here, we'll put hero. And we need to define a Q word because of the 8 bytes. So that's a quad word, and we'll just put 0 there. There's nothing in it right now. And down here, what we want to do is, you can see that the base address of RAX plus 20 is our hero stats inventory. But as you can see, it's writing to RAX. So this is going to change. So we need to put it above that opcode so we can grab that base address. So move into hero. RAX, that'll be our base address, and we know plus 20 is the hero stats inventory. So assign that to the current table, and we're just going to label this as soon as it lets me. We're just going to call that hero base, and then we're just going to make pointers over to our 2 values. So let's move that up to the top. And we don't need these 2 anymore. We're good. We don't need that anymore. And we know that this one here is our health right here. So we need to make a pointer. I'm going to put it above hero base for the time being so you can tell that they're different. They're not part of the same thing. So we need to get pointers to these 2 different values. 5.4 and 9.4 right here. So we're going to use that with hero base. So we're going to go ahead and turn on our hero base scripts. It is just a regular AOB scan, so the scan is going to take a little bit longer. So give it just a minute. And there it should have went. And there we go. And as you see, it placed a jump here. If we jump, we can see what's going on. It's going to put the base address into our symbol, and we can use that symbol as a pointer, and that's what we're doing. So let's see where our pointer path is going. We know our base address is at RAX plus 20, so let's go ahead and add address manually. Let's go ahead and put that in there. We're going to put our symbol, make sure it's in brackets, then we're going to put plus 20. We need to make sure it's accessed. There we go. And there we go. Yes, everything's been accessed. And this is our pointer. If you're not sure, you can take a look at it. That's 5B80. So let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, it's up here. There it is. 5B80. And this is a pointer to these locations. My bad. Alright. So what we want to do now is let's go ahead and grab gold. We know that plus 20 that we've already got to, which is 5B80, we need plus 10 to get plus 18 to get to our goal, which is ED98. So this is how we do that. We're going to come back up here, and we're going to place brackets around this whole thing. Okay, because we're going to another pointer. And we're going to put plus 18 for right now, and we're going to take a look, and as you can see, ED98, which is right. Now let's open that gold tab and let's turn our mono back on. Okay, sorry about that. All I need to do is come up here and define new structure again, and then it'll go back to the way it was. Just make sure that mono's enabled, and then when we click on gold here, we see the value is 10. It's at the 10 offset. So that's what we want to do. Now remember, it's just given that base source. Remember, the actual gold value will be at 9.4, not 9.0. So actually we need 14. The offset of 14. So if you don't understand that, you really need to look at the last lesson. Okay? Alright, so what we need to do is we need to put brackets all the way around that again. And we're going to put plus 14. And this will be a float value. And as you can see, that's our current goal value. There we go. And you do the exact same thing for health. So we're going to come down here. We'll close this back out. And we're going to start over here at the 20. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this one and paste it. And we're going to get our health. So let's go ahead and put health right here. And let's just follow the pointers. What pointers do we need? Well, we got that 20, which is our base hero merchant stats. Then the next pointer we need will be current health, which is at 28. And it did it to me again. Oh, cheat engine, you're giving me a hard time today. Alright, so when that happens, just do this. Define new structure. And if it does that, go back and click this back on. This is why I don't like using cheat engine that much for this. Define new structure again, and we're back. This thing's very finicky. We need to stop this debugger because that's what's doing it. When you're having that happen a lot, it's your debugger. Get rid of it. So that's probably the problem. So now let's get back to it again. Okay. So hero merchant stats, or hero merchant inventory. That's not it. Hero merchant stats. We're at 20 right here. So we're just going to follow the pointers. 20. We want to go to current health, which is 28. As you can see here, 28. Open that up, and our value's at 10, which we know to be actually 14. Okay, so 20, 28, and 14. So now that we copied that, we just go in and replace the numbers. 20, then 28, and then 14 was already in there, and we now have our health. Now this will come up every single time we bring up the game and attach to the game. We just need to run around in the game a little bit and then click on our hero base, and then it will always find our health address, which we freeze, will give us God mode, and we can set our money back to whatever we want, and we know it won't actually take effect until we actually collect or lose some money. Okay, so I hope that has been helpful to you. Whoops, sorry about that. I'm going to bring, okay, let's bring it up, dissect data. And what we're going to do is we're going to paste in our address, define new structure, hero merchant SPY, that's fine. And we're going to that hero merchant stats again. Let's see what else we can find. This is a good one to have, strength for one hit kills. So let's see what we can get out of that. We need to go from 20 to 40. Let's expand that. And the value is at 10, which we know to be at 14. So really all we got to do is change that middle one to 40. So let's copy and paste. Let's see if we can get our strength. We'll just call it STR. And we're just going to change that middle one to 40. And that'll be our strength. So what would happen if we put that up to like 999 or something outrageous? And while we're at it, why don't we just grab our speed too while we're at it? We know that we're at 20, 30, and then 14. So all we got to do is change the middle one to 30. And you can put your other stats down here that way too. 30. And here's our speed. So we'll put speed value. Let's change that to something ridiculous also. Let's change that to 999. Alright, let's go back to the game. Let's give these a try. I'm trying to leave, it won't let me. There you go. Ooh, that did affect our speed, but in the opposite way. So let's put that down about 10 and see what happens. Whoa, shit. Sorry about my language. Okay, that's your speed for rolling. So we're going to have to find a better value. But as you see, we found it. And this can jet us across the screen. Take a look. So you can kind of play around with that value. Put it on about 40, see what happens. So we may have to do something similar to our strengths. So if it goes negative like that, this will help you get across the map a lot easier. Alright, let's go in there and see if we have like a one-hit kill going on. Let's go ahead and freeze our health so we can have God mode. And we should be strong and everything. Okay, I think I might have glitched myself, so hang on. Let's pin it back out. Okay, go to town. Just the things you got to try, you know, when you're messing around with these values. Sometimes this stuff happens. Look at this. Just spit us right out. See if we can go back now. Okay, so here we are. Alright, so now let's go back and readjust our strength value just quickly. Put it up to something ridiculous. Let's see what happens. Oops, my bad. I need to take a hit. There we go. We should be able to walk now. Now let's hit. Woo, look at that. One hit kills. Boom. Or we put it up to like 999 or something. Let's go to another one. Let's find some enemies. Look at that. So we affected our strength. So you know. That's one good thing about INSTACES as a class in mono. You can find all kind of things, and you can go do your intelligence, your defense, your absorption, your shield. You can put your defense way, way high. Remember, that will be 14, and that's another type, infinite health. You know, where you practically hardly take any damage at all. So, you know, there's all kinds of different ways to get the same type thing, to have the same type effect. So, I do hope this helps you. I'd like to go ahead and thank my partners. These guys keep Cheat the Game going, and remember that we are giving them 24 early access to all vids that come out on the Cheat the Game YouTube page, and it will be completely ad-free for up to 24 hours. And that is for being a CTG partner. If you would like to be a partner, come join us over at the Patreon. It's only $1 a month. It would be greatly appreciated, and it helps us out tremendously. I want to thank you all for coming out and supporting us and supporting me. It really is appreciated. If this helped you out at all, please place a like on it. And we're going to continue on with different things. I got other games I want to try. I was also asked a question from a partner about maybe trying to find hit enemies everywhere in like a, I don't know, like a RPG style game instead of like a fight game. So I may take a look into that. May have to grab a hold of my buddy Abysta since he's a pro at it, and see if I can get some info out of him on that. But we'll go ahead and continue on, and the next day that I have off, I'll see about getting another vid out. But I appreciate you guys coming out. Alright, you guys take care. Keep on hacking. Most importantly, please enjoy yourself. That's really what it's all about. You cheat the game, fellas, because believe me, it doesn't mind cheating you. You all take care now.